guys, it's Jen. I just wanted to check in and see how everybody was doing during this kind of uncertain time in our country, even in our world, really. So just checking in to see how everybody was doing. Um, we live in kind of a more rural area of Ohio. There haven't been any deaths in our county. Last I looked a few days ago. There's one where Shan's family lives, but most of the deaths around our area in other counties have been rest home related, or something like that. So we're thankful that it's not too crazy here. We don't live in a overly populated, heavily populated, whatever area. Um, we're just doing the normal precautions, mainly just washing hands and cleaning carts if we go to the store, um, that kind of stuff. Not going when we don't have to, but for the most part, nothing too serious or too crazy. But what I am struggling with is definitely isolation. I was going to show you a book I'm reading. I've probably shared Spurgeon's Sorrows with you before, but it's definitely a good book about for those who struggle with depression. And I struggle with depression. I probably have I would say a lot of my life, actually, since I was probably pretty young. Didn't really know what that was back then or when I was a teenager, but I can see bouts of it throughout my life, which I've talked to you about before. Definitely ramped up after I had my first son with postpartum depression, and then in between and during my pregnancy with my second son. I've been on and off medication different times in my life. None of them really worked well, actually. Right now, I don't take any formal medication. I use vitamin D supplements, some different things like that try to help me. But what I find most comfort in is definitely the Word, and reading my Bible. I read a lot of books. That's one of them that I'm rereading because it was a big comfort to me. And just different circumstances going on in life right now that I'm not going to share are tough, and have to refocus myself and go back to the Word. If you listen to podcasts, go to Revive Our Hearts and listen to the one called, I think it was like Heaven Reigns or something like that she just did. It was really good for me to listen to today. And it talked about the coronavirus, talked about different things and how God's in control, and it was really a good one. But I'll also be honest and say I've struggled with my eating during this time. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. As a blogger, there's people that follow me on here, and they have for years, and I've had my ups and downs for sure. But right now has been a downtime. I thought when I was eating at home more instead of eating out that I would do better, but I've actually done worse. And it's so strange because my body's way off. You guys know I have a lot of medical issues. I can eat good 90 to 95% of the time, which I have been, and still gain weight. That's just the way it is for my body. So it kind of stinks. There have been a few times where I think I'm eating too much, and like boredom eating almost. I'm home, I'm not. And then there's times when I will eat stuff that a potato is the worst enemy for me, and a lot of times that one will get me. And like I said, 90%. I'm not kidding, guys. I eat good every day, and still I can gain. And it's just how my body is. So it's frustrating to me when I know some people can eat on plan 75% of the time and lose weight, and I just can't do that. I have to be 100%, and even with 100%, sometimes I don't lose. But I've definitely gained a good 15 pounds over the last 6 months, eating on plan 90% of the time and eating well 90% of the time. So that gets a little frustrating. I'm trying to get that 10% out of there and be on all the time. I'm trying to watch how much I'm eating and cut down on some of the heavy S things. I had started eating dairy again. I think it's a comfort to me, dairy, and I shouldn't be eating it, so I'm going to try to work on cutting that back out of my diet. I still have butter, but my doctor doesn't really want me to have other dairy, so I need to work on that. So definite things I can work on is just I've been lax, I guess, with it. Haven't been as stringent as I need to be at times. So anyway, anybody else out there struggling? I don't want to call it the quarantine 15, but I feel like that's just a catchy name right now. So my jeans, I put on my jeans and I'm like, oh boy, I'm not gonna go buy new ones. So, well, I need to buy new ones anyway because I have these holy jeans and the hole in the leg is getting bigger and bigger because I've worn them for like a year and a half now. So I need to get a new pair anyway, but I can't live in stretchy pants forever. It'd be nice, but anyway, just checking in and seeing if anybody else has struggled with quarantine, with depression, with their eating. Just keeping it real over here and letting you know how I'm doing and struggling. But I'm not giving up. I just can't do that. So anyway, if you ever need to talk or you're struggling with depression or something that you know I can relate with, you know you can always inbox me, and I'm here. So I hope you're doing well.